We live.
What's going on? It's Cliff Mega.
Niasia.
I'm seeing you checking yourself, making sure that you on point. And this video is about why doesn't God answer my prayer?
Yes, why doesn't God answer your prayer? Like, this is a great conversation to have with your lover. And, you know, me and my lover had a conversation about, you know, you have the good and you have the bad. And it seems like the bad is getting a lot of what they want to manifest. And it's happening. You see it. It's reality, right? And a lot of people believe in God. So it's like, why is it that it seems like more bad people are getting their answers prayer, and the ones that the so-called good, because good and bad is perception, right? They're not getting their answers. They're not getting their prayers answered. Why do you think, love?
Because of they won't change their action that they're doing. Like God, the Creator is not like it's not like a genie and you ask him and you get your wish.
Right.
That's not the Creator. You actually have to put the action out. You have to actually change your footsteps that you walk in. Meaning is just, if you know, like I used to get up, I get to work, I get turkey bacon with eggs, toast, and bagel. So I changed that. I don't get that no more. That's not for breakfast. My breakfast is water. So you have to actually put the footsteps, or you be like, God, why can't you send me a good man? Then you got to stop getting that guy whatsoever that's always smoking. And there's nothing wrong. I always mention smoking. There's nothing wrong with the smoking, but if that brother is smoking something that's made in a laboratory, you got to think how his brain gonna be thinking. He's smoking and he just out there. He got his pants hanging off. You know, I don't want to judge nobody by that, but his actions. If he treats his mother good and his sisters whatsoever, then yeah, that stuff you could clean that up later. But if he's treating them, he's talking them all crazy, bees and this and that, how you gonna get with a man that don't treat his sisters and his mother right? How you expect him to treat you right? You gotta change your outlook on men completely. That means you gotta cover your eyes.
Yes.
And actually, there's not a look. There's just about how his heart is.
Right.
There's not a look of how he look like this, or he got that hair, he dark or he light. That don't have nothing to do with it. You want a man with good qualities.
Right.
So you have to aim towards that. You got to put the footsteps in.
Right. So you're speaking it. You're saying this is what you want, but you're not putting any energy towards getting that specific thing.
Yep.
So a lot of people will pray and say, well, I prayed. Why nothing came to me? But then you didn't put any faith. You know, you put faith, but you ain't put any action toward it. What it said in the Bible for those Christian believers, they say faith without works is dead. So you can't just have the faith and don't have the works. So say if you want, for example, you want a man, you want a good man, right? And you're tired of the ongoing cycle of bad relationships. So the first thing you do is look at yourself, because all your relationships are a reflection of self, right? So you look at what you can change about you. Once you start changing the things within you,
exactly,
right, you're going to start reflecting the kind of relationships you want. So that's putting the work behind it. It's not just praying and saying, I want a good man, and I'm never getting a good man. If you're working on you, your outside environment is going to start reflecting the kind of person you are, and you're going to get that relationship. That relationship is going to draw towards you. And something my uncle always told me, like one time, he said, the person that you're looking for is also looking for you. So if the person that you're looking for is also looking for you, then hopefully you know yourself and that you're a good person, so you can be reflecting that energy of that good person looking for you, right? But if you're a bad person, or you so-called bad person, or you're a person that hasn't been working on themselves and you're still doing all of this destructive things, you're going to attract that kind of relationship, okay? So that's the works behind it. You can't just pray without that, right?
And don't put, like she said, my wife said, don't put, remember, like, our words is powerful. Don't put material things in your manifestation. Like, if I get a man, he has to have a house or a car, this and that. Put a good quality man, a man that loves you and that's willing, that he's going to drive hard to what he believes in. Don't put the material things added on with the man, because the power of God or with manifestation or anything is that the power of the word is that it brings you exactly what you want. And sometimes it comes that you're like, wait, I didn't want it like this. Like,
yeah.
It just brings you exactly what you want. So you have to be very precise on what you want. So like you said, you could be in the room with somebody and you can't, the person that you want, if you put the qualities instead of the look of the man, put the qualities,
right.
It's funny, you won't be able to see him with your eyes, but when y'all talk, you're going to be like, whoa, like,
this is what I asked for.
This is what I wanted.
Right.
It's crazy, whatever.
It is. Like a lot of different times my husband says, like, to me too, like he says, because I get a lot, sometimes I doubt about, you know, what's going on in my life and the things that I want to draw towards my life and stuff like that when it comes to a career and money, because he knows I'm all about that. And he said, you need to put together a journal because you've manifested so many different things and you just overlooked all those other things and started focusing on all the things that you feel like you haven't got. And I'm just like, he's so right. Like when I wanted my business, I wanted to have a dance studio. I wound up getting 2 dance studios, 2 actual brick and mortar buildings, 2. And it's like when I wanted a car, I wound up getting 3 cars, like, right? And so
3 cars owned.
Owned.
Too.
So, and there's a lot of different other things that he was like, every time you wanted something, like when I wanted a little girl, I wanted to get my little girl, like, and I didn't think that I was going to have any more children. So, it's a lot of different things that he was saying that you manifested, that you really wanted, that you was putting so much attention on, that you didn't even realize that you manifested that. And you're saying you focusing on all these other things that you said you ain't manifest or whatever, is because whatever your attention draws on the most, and then you're putting work towards, it's gonna manifest quickest.
Yeah.
Right? So you could be praying and you're putting work towards this, then all the right people gonna show up in your life, all the right situations. You're gonna be at the right place at the right time, and you're gonna be like, wow, look, all this stuff happening. And you can't forget that all the other stuff you've been manifesting. Just choose to focus your energy on what it is you want, especially when it comes to relationships. That's a big thing with people. Relationships, they always looking on the outside appearance and how they look and everything like that, and that's why the relationships don't last. Like I was telling my husband, remember I was like, how come the celebrities, like, I feel like they get into one relationship after the next really quickly, and I mean marriage wise, like as if somebody was setting them up, you know. And I was just like, I'm confused of, you know, is this what they really want? Like, are they being fulfilled? Is this what they're praying for and stuff like that?
Yeah.
And then he was saying something like, I think he was telling me that it could be that it's somebody else's manifestation and not their own, and they're just putting the focused energy into someone else's manifestation. So that's the same thing with prayer. Like this system is somebody's manifestation, right, babe?
Yeah.
And they want us to put our focused attention, which is prayer, on their system so it can work.
Yeah, very.
That's why we work. That's why we pay taxes. And we don't even realize that's all prayer.
Yeah, somebody's taking basically, they, like I said, like, remember, we're the real money. We're everything whatsoever. So they need us, whatever.
Right.
And they know who they are. They need us whatsoever. So they created a box and they just made sure that we all came in it.
Right.
So that our prayers and our energy is exhorted there, and they just take it. It's deep.
It is deep.
And then we get caught up, like you said, they manipulate us, that they put us as this big, like, it's kind of like, almost like, I look at it as like it's a disrespect for God, because we trade the real physical thing over material things whatsoever. The same as, like I told you, that I can't no more, like, you know, like if I hear your voice or I'm with you, like, I feel love whatsoever. I don't have to look at you. I put my hand over my eyes like this, and as soon as just hearing your voice, the sound of your voice is love whatsoever. The way how you take care of me is love, whatever.
Right.
There's not a look, like, you don't, this is not your look, whatever, but this, of course, this is your look for here. The same thing as me, like, you know, we're not what we're looking at.
Yeah, we're more than this physical shell here.
Yeah, so that's what you should be looking for, is the energy that the person gives off and how they make you feel.
Right, the feeling behind it.
And that's what a lot with the celebrities, don't have whatever. They don't have that connection.
Right.
If you're just looking at a woman, you know, for her thighs and stuff, and her butt, and her hair whatsoever and stuff, and you don't have the love to go behind it, whatever, it's just a lust.
Right. So the point of the video is to let you know that your prayer, your focused energy has to be backed up with works. Okay?
Yes, that action,
It has to be backed up with action. And like my husband was telling me about working out too. This pertains to any and everything. Like he said, whatever you, any little focused energy over time builds up to something.
Yep.
So if you're constantly looking at somebody like, well, I want him to have nice hair, or I want him to have a nice car, you forget about how he's supposed to treat you. So that's a prayer in itself. Because prayer is just spoken word or spoken thoughts.
Yep.
Either quietly or outside.
Yeah.
Outside of self. And we all know that thoughts are energy, right? So we putting that out into the universe. We're praying on that, like how animals prey on their food, right? We're praying on that specific situation, and when it comes back to us, we're like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So we gotta really work on knowing what's good for us, because sometimes we don't even know. But how do we know, babe? How do we work on like letting the Creator know? Because I believe Creator is not a person. It's an energy. Because if it was a person, then it wouldn't be such a. It wouldn't seem like such an unbalance of who can get what in this world.
Yeah.
All the good people would get whatever they want, and there would be no suffering. You know. So that's why the Creator is not a person that's saying like, okay, you can get this and you can get this and you gotta suffer and you gotta suffer, but you can get this. No, because we have examples. We have Alex Crowley, we have Hitler, we have, and I'm not saying these people are bad, but look how much they've accomplished.
Yeah.
By any means necessary.
Wow.
And to say you don't think they prayed to God or whoever their God was, you know, and they still got what they wanted. So the thing is, it's not who you are as a person that matters to God. It is the intention, the works.
Yeah. Like I said, like as you know, as any Christian that see this is just like, you know, make sure like everybody that reads the Bible is gonna see something different. So just make sure you my mother always told me, if you read the Bible, just go in there with an open mind and ask God, the Creator, to open your eyes, so that you could find exactly, you know, what you're looking for. Because, you know, like my wife said, like Hitler and his stuff kind of bothered me like 10 years ago. Because like you said, like how all these bad people is living this great life, whatever. Like, I don't get, they killing all these people. Like, it didn't add up whatsoever. But, you know, over time, you start to understand